All right, here's the message. Here's the message. We start out with the King of Wands in reverse. First card out, right? Sets the tone for the whole story here. King of Wands in reverse is about a lack of success. The person in the King of Wands in reverse is not successful in his life because he is governing his life through egocentric and self-centered perspectives. Okay? He is not he's very flesh-based. This card is the guy in this card, okay? He's very flesh-based, and he is governing his life through a boxed in rudimentary human understanding. Okay? The human nature is egocentric and self-centered. What does that mean? Egocentric, focused on what makes me feel good about myself. Egocentric. Self-centered. Centered, my combustion is centered around me and myself. What is best for me? How do I achieve? How do I accomplish? How do I get what I want to get? Okay? Egocentric, self-centered. The lack of success of the King of Wands in reverse is because of an egocentric, self-centered nature. Okay? What was one of the things that Yeshua preached all the time, right? It's not about me. It's not about me. It's not about me. It's about you. It's about you. It's not about me. This mission isn't for me. It's for you. What I'm trying to do here is for you to see and understand your own power, right? But the silly humans, right? King of Wands in reverse, egocentric and self-centered. Look, the High Priestess in reverse. This is about ignoring your intuition, not being connected to your higher self. It's lesson number 2 of the major arcana, and the major arcana are our guide stones to having a successful human experience. She's lesson 2. She comes after the magician, which is right here. Magician is lesson 1. We're going to talk about that in just a minute. The High Priestess is your ancient, eternal, higher self. The same soul that has been here since the beginning of everything, the same soul that is going to continue on, the same ancient soul that was here before you took your first breath in this meat suit, the same ancient soul that will exhale your last breath in this meat suit, is the same never-ending existence of you that is trying to lead you and guide you and show you. It is created by Source. It is your soul, and it walks with you. And it's trying to show you the very best possible path for your purpose in being in your meat suit on this planet. The High Priestess in reverse says nobody listens to this. Nobody pays attention to this because everybody's egocentric and self-centered. And then Strength in reverse comes on top of this and says this is the weakness. This is the weakness of humanity. The ego. The flesh-driven, uncontrolled inspirations, aspirations, and desires is the weakness of humanity. The Prince of Cups in reverse. Prince of Cups in reverse talks about emotionally unavailable. Clarified by the Three of Pentacles, teamwork and collaboration. Humanity is emotionally unavailable to teamwork and collaboration with the higher power, with what Jesus came here to teach people, because they're not in touch with their higher self. They're out of touch with their soul. The Empress in reverse. The Empress in reverse, lesson 3, right? We have the Magician, the High Priestess, the Empress. 1, 2, and 3. The Empress is lesson 3 for a reason. She's compiled of lesson 1 and lesson 2. Lesson 1 is this Magician right here. What you think about comes about. Your internal narrative creates your reality. And that's the God's honest truth. Lesson 2 is that High Priestess, your ancient self, always tries to guide you. Lesson 3 is the Empress. She's the dirt of life. Everything grows out of the Empress because she understands that what she thinks about comes about, so she's very careful what she pays attention to. She understands that her higher self is her ancient soul, trying to guide her to the very best possible outcomes she could have in every situation. That's why she's the dirt of life. She's internalized those first 2 lessons, and she is infallible because of it. In the reverse, it goes back to that high priestess in reverse. In reverse, and the weakness of strength in reverse, right? In the reverse, she's about someone who is completely not utilizing her God-given powers and strengths. And she has succumbed to the ego. She is out of control of her true meaning and true purpose. And the world in reverse comes on top of this and says, generation after generation, decade after decade, generation after generation, century after century, millennia after millennia, it's the same old battle. It's the battle of overcoming your flesh. I'm here to tell you, we all have the same mission. The only reason any of us are here right now is for soul ascension. You chose to be here, right now, in this very place, for a reason. What that is personal to each and every one of us. You have a job to do. You are a beautiful thread in the tapestry of universal order. Don't live your life like a simplistic, rudimentary human. You have a higher calling. You have a higher purpose. Have a higher consciousness and a higher understanding. Millennial after millennia, decade after decade, century after century, millennia after millennia, same old story with the world in reverse. To the Queen of Swords in reverse, denial, absolute denial, blinded, not seeing the truth at all. To the Princess of Swords and the Two of Cups. And this interferes with communication, emotionally unavailable for teamwork and collaboration on a lower level vibration, a low frequency, struggling. And because of that, it is a struggle. It inhibits this thing right here, inhibits your connection and your communication. 6 of Swords in reverse. 6 of Swords in reverse talks about mental baggage. Unable to move on, unable to move forward. And then the Page of Cups. I'm always offering. It's always there. Take the cup. All you have to do is take the cup. What you seek is there. Remember, emotionally unavailable over here with the Prince of Cups in reverse. This Page of Cups is completely emotionally available. Take the cup. I want to talk to you. I want to show you. But you have so much mental baggage that you can't seem to climb over that you don't even realize that the cup is available to you. Ace of Swords in reverse. Not seeing clearly, not seeing the truth. Chaotic mind. Chaotic mind. Why? The world, the things, the stuff. All the time, when you are unbalanced and living from your lower level consciousness in your rudimentary humanness, your mind is too busy to sit still long enough to contemplate that perhaps there is a different way. Perhaps there is something that you're not quite understanding, and that is that you have the power to create any kind of reality that you want for yourself. You have the power to do that. 10 of Swords in reverse. You have to rehab it. This is about a renewal of a mindset that is rooted in deception and betrayal, woundedness. 5 of Swords comes on top of it and talks about win at all costs, white knuckle grip mindset. And the 4 of Pentacles in reverse talks about a lack mentality. And when you think about it, the egocentric, self-centered, out of control, scratching, clawing, fearful mentality of that top row right there. The mental baggage holding you back. The white knuckle grip on a win at all cost mindset. I got to get what I got to get. And Four of Pentacles in reverse, a lack mentality. That lack mentality comes from being emotionally unavailable, ignoring your intuition, which is trying to bring you peace. It's trying to show you the way. It's trying to guide you through this crazy thing called life. But until you awaken, until you raise your consciousness, until you take a step back and look around and see things from a different perspective, this lack mentality will drive your existence. And it doesn't have to be that way. You are a soul having a human experience, not a human having a soul experience. There is a softer, easier, more gentle way to make your way through this crazy thing called life. And as soon as you understand that, as soon as you begin to want that, the Wheel of Fortune, that's the turning point. It's the turning point for everyone. When you come to terms with your humanness and rise above everything that you have been conditioned to understand and believe about life, about religion, about God, about Jesus, about the way it's supposed to be and how it's supposed to be. Once you have this awakening, the Wheel of Fortune begins to spin. This is universal order. It's the way things are supposed to be. Center of the reading is the King of Pentacles. It's the way things are supposed to be, the King of Pentacles. In the center of the reading. Clarified by the Six of Pentacles and the Star. Followed by the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups, Death and the Magician. If you're not familiar with tarot, this right here is so powerful, and I'm going to explain it. What's waiting for you on the other side of this turning point is the King of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, and the Star. King of Pentacles is abundance. Abundance, I mean just abundance. Solid, secure abundance. The Six of Pentacles, the giving and the receiving and the sharing of prosperity in life. Overabundance. And the Star, the path, the purpose, the renewal of your life. The Ten of Pentacles, legacy, foundation, security. The Ten of Cups, emotional fulfillment and emotional peace. What this is saying is that once you understand that the goal of life is to conquer your flesh so your soul can ascend, everything begins to fall in place exactly as it should. Exactly as it should. It doesn't always look like what you think it should look like, but it's always in the path of your very best and highest good. Security, legacy, foundation with that Ten of Pentacles right there, that comes. It just comes. You just know that you know that you know that all is well. Your needs are always met. You want for nothing. Does it mean it's excess and abundance and gluttony? No. It's about surrendering and knowing that you have something more important to be tending to than the scratching and clawing to survive in this lifetime. Whether it's financial or emotional, it doesn't have to be such a struggle. Stop processing things from a basic human boxed-in perspective. and see the never-ending linear existence of your soul. A soul, the soul, your soul, that is trying to guide you, trying to show you, but you're so consumed with your humanness and your flesh and bone existence that you never stop to contemplate, consider that this extrasensory perception that you have with your intuition is part of your ancient self. It's the same you that has always been, that will always be. Death, an absolute ending, and a massive, massive transformation. This death card is symbolic of the death of the old you in the internal transformation of the new you. The you that feels safe and secure, listening to the guidance of your higher self, watching for signs and synchronicities around you to lead you and guide you and show you the way. You have the capacity to create any kind of reality that you want for yourself. Why would you create anything other than where your soul is trying to guide you? Why would you try? Why would you fight against universal order? Why would you succumb to your flesh and ego, your flesh and bones and your ego, over the path and the purpose of your soul's journey? When you step in to this newfound understanding of things, the magician is a master manifester. What he knows to be true is that what he focuses his mind upon becomes his reality. If you will change your focus, you will change your reality. The Eight of Pentacles in reverse. This card is about working so hard, but getting nowhere. Unmet expectations. To the Eight of Swords. Trapped in a mindset of fear. Working, and never getting very far because of it. Trapped in a mindset of fear. Constantly. Princess of Pentacles in reverse. Looking at the immediate. Not being able to even enjoy the present moment because you're worried about what's next. What's coming next? How do I hustle? How do I make moves? How do I do this thing called life? Grinding away at things that are never going to return to you the effort that you're putting into it. Ace of Swords. See the clarity. Understanding. Seven of Pentacles. Take a step back and reflect and assess on how you're going about life. To the Two of Pentacles in reverse, because your priorities are upside down. You're prioritizing your human experience when in fact you should be prioritizing your soul's experience. Ace of Wands. Moment. The release of your potential. Princess of Pentacles in reverse, right? Immediate short-term focus and inability to manifest. Why? Well, the Hermit in reverse. Because you're disconnected. The Hermit in the upright is about deep soul-searching and introspection. Being connected to whatever it is you're calling your higher power. In the reverse, it's someone who is isolated and withdrawn from that guidance because you're too busy trying to figure out how you're going to secure your next meal, your next deal, your next everything. To the Moon. the moon. This is the epic struggle between your higher self and your lower self. It's not being able to see clearly exactly what it is that I'm talking about, Emperor in reverse, because you're serving your lower self. You're building on the outside of your life what your belief system is on the inside of your life. And with that Empress in reverse right there, the belief system on the inside of your life is definitely not controlling your thought life and following your intuition. And if you're not controlling your thought life to create your reality, and you're not following your intuition to guide you to what that reality is, the best reality that you could possibly ever imagine, because you're being led by your soul. If that's what's going on the inside of you, that's what's being expressed on the outside of you as well. See, the Emperor is lesson 4, right? Lesson 1 is the magician. What you think about comes about. 2 is the high priestess, your ancient, higher true north. 3 is the Empress, the dirt of life. She's the master. She knows, she grows everything because she understands those 2 concepts. Lesson 4 is the Emperor. He comes behind the Empress. And the Emperor builds on the outside of life what the Empress has created on the inside of her life. But in the reverse, what you're creating on the outside of your life is exactly what you're creating on the inside of your life, if this reading applies to you. To the 9 of Swords, anxiety. There's so much anxiety. The 6 of Swords, the 9 of Swords, the 8 of Swords, the Queen of Swords in reverse. There's a lot of anxiety in this reading. Anxiety comes from someone who lives in the future. Depression comes for someone who lives in the past. And peace comes for someone who enjoys the present moment, knowing that all is well. To the Tower, right? Always trying to keep that tower from crumbling down. Always trying to put a brick in the wall, brick in the wall, brick in the wall to stabilize that tower, right? Building and building and building upon a foundation that cannot bear the weight of the life that you're trying to build, because it is designed by the powers that be to crumble should you get a little bit too big. Princess of Cups. It's the same card as that Page of Cups right there. The Page and the Princess, right? Page of Cups. The offer's on the table. It always is. Universal orders trying to commune with you, trying to communicate with you, trying to break through to you. The World in reverse and the Devil, right? But this guy right here doesn't want that to happen. The Devil is an attachment that is a restriction to your growth. And the other side of all this rainbows and unicorn spirituality, there is spiritual warfare. And they need you to continue to serve your flesh and bones and ignore your higher self and your path and your purpose. Because this guy would be out of business if everybody found their path and their purpose. If everybody understood that their ancient higher self is trying to guide them through this thing called life. 2 of Swords, and this is your crossroads. It's the crossroads of humanity. Prince of Pentacles in reverse. It's where everyone is stuck. Everyone is stuck because this guy back here doesn't want you to unplug from the machine. This guy back here doesn't want you to understand that you are a caged bird. This guy right here doesn't want you to understand that there is more than your human experience. To the Moon again, that epic, epic struggle. Epic struggle between your higher self and your lower self. To the Hierophant in reverse, because letting go of ties, commitments, and obligations has to happen for you to have an elevated understanding of your consciousness. You have to let go of the belief systems that you have been conditioned since birth to believe. And you have to have the strength and the courage to find your own truth. Instead of being spoon-fed your truth by your family, by your culture, by your religious beliefs, you have to find your own truth. Because this Queen of Swords right here in reverse doesn't know her truth. Look, King of Pentacles in reverse. King of Pentacles in reverse sometimes is about worried about appearances. And that's part of an awakening. It's part of a consciousness expansion. And people look at you sometimes and they go, what are you doing? What do you mean you're not going to work 60 hours this week? To the Page of Wands. Put in some effort. Put in some effort. Look, the Ace of Cups, to emotionally expand, to accept the offer of emotional expansion, of consciousness elevation. Three of Pentacles in reverse, because we can't work with you like this. The Lovers, we need you to align. We need you to align your frequency with universal order so you can feel us, so we can communicate with you. We can't reach you when you're low vibing, low frequency, flesh. We can't reach you. We need to, your soul, we need to communicate with your soul. And your soul is buried underneath the box of that Hierophant in reverse, of all of your belief systems that need to be reevaluated. Five of Cups in reverse. We want to help you move on from loss and regret and despair and disappointment. The Queen of Pentacles. We want everything to be okay for you. We want you to feel safe and secure. We want your needs to be met. We want you to be overflowing with abundance so you can enjoy this soul adventure. Strength in reverse. But you have to have the courage to overcome. Overcome what? The Seven of Cups. All of the bullshit. Options, choices, decisions. All of the bullshit. Princess of Wands in reverse that keep you complacent. To the Seven of Swords in reverse. Break free from a futile mentality that is filled with grief and sorrow and pain and anxiety and despair, of struggle, of injustice. Truly what the injustice is your individual lack of accountability to step out of a belief system that was spoon-fed to you and not created by you. The lack of accountability to follow your intuition, to recognize that there is something bigger going on than your daily crush for an imposter form of success. Queen of Cups in reverse. This is about emotional codependency, and that's part of the injustice. Emotionally codependent on a belief system that keeps you, intentionally keeps you from relying on your higher self to show you the way. Nine of Wands, fight the good fight. Resilience, persistence, fight the good fight. The Ace of Wands, release your potential. To the Ace of Cups, have some emotional growth, some emotional expansion. Accept the invitation. The Chariot, so we can escort you to the very next step, to the very next piece, to the very next leg of this journey. Put in the self-control, the willpower, and the determination, Queen of Swords, to control your own mind, to control your own thoughts. Eight of Cups, and walk away from something that cannot possibly ever get you what it is that you want from life. And that is the flesh and bone experience. Seven of Wands, fight against it. and the Two of Pentacles. Prioritize this. Balance this out. The bottom of the deck. The Five of Swords. Win at all costs. White knuckle grip. Mindset. What is that? It's the hustle. It's the crush. I gotta get what I gotta get. I got 100 years to make this shit work for me. No, you don't. No, you don't. You have infinity. And this is simply an experience. Judgment. Answer your calling. Two of Cups. Join forces. Answer your calling. Join forces with your soul, with your higher self. It doesn't have to be this difficult. Devil in reverse. Release your limiting beliefs. To the Ten of Swords and the Six of Pentacles in reverse. A mindset of not enough. Greed in the sense of well-being is the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Ten of Swords is a fatal mindset. The fatal mindset of it's not enough. I can't get enough. I have to keep, I have to scratch, I have to claw, I have to keep going. I have to sell my life force to get stuff. And the last card in this spread is Fool in reverse. This is foolishness. Foolishness. It's not the path. It's not the purpose. It's not the way of your soul's journey. Fool in the upright is a brand new beginning, brand new journey, a brand new understanding. It's a leveling up of your spirituality. But in the reverse, it's this world in reverse right here. It's the same old, over and over and over and over and over again. There's a better way. There's a different way. There's an easier way. It's a more enjoyable way to spend your time on this planet. I do hope you enjoyed that. Namaste. You are a soul having a human experience, not a human having a soul experience. You are a beautiful thread in the tapestry of universal order. You are ancient and never-ending. You have a purpose, this life experience has meaning, and you are important. Your journey on this planet, in this lifetime, is not by accident. You are exactly where you need to be right now. Walk with me through the antiquated concepts of spiritual ascension with a step-by-step guidebook to help you find your higher self and mesh your consciousness with your soul's guidance to live with intention and purpose. This book is gender neutral, religion neutral, and judgment free. It is a safe place to explore and expand your desire for growth and understanding. There is no agenda here. There is nothing that you should or should not be. Just straight talk that will challenge everything you think you know about this thing called life.